Hello everyone, my name is Dylan Hamilton. I am back here again with my Escape Simulator level. I've added some more to this level here since last time. I have also done a bit more playtesting with some people online and just to see like some of the bugs or some of the things that might not be immediately obvious to players. And I did change some stuff. First thing I did fix was I went over and I basically had to redo this little toast model because there was a bug somehow to where the previous model would basically um, overlap with this one. Basically, the best way I can explain that is by if I pick this up, it's in the bottom left. As we can see, it's its own slot. However, if we pick this up, like if we pick up multiple things that are like the same object, uh, it'll tend to stack in that little inventory space. So like if we come over here, or wherever there is one. So like as we can see, there's two in that bottom left. There's two of this red gem. There is a bug to where the toast would overlap with that, so I had to fix that. Also had to fix a couple other things, but as we can also see, I have also created a little skybox and added that just for a cool little feature. It'll be something that's nice to look at when you are in here and want to look out. Similarly, I still have to figure out how to get that bottom part down there, like the ground textures. But for right now, I like the skybox the way it is. I also am currently trying to test out a bug that I discovered to where once the players go through a and press this little button right here, once they press it after this first level is done, both of them will teleport to this area, this one little teleporter. Instead of teleporting to both, so I am currently still trying to fix that with this. I still haven't had any playtesters help me with this part, so that's something I'm going to be striving for within this next week. But I did add some more puzzles, so over here, let me see, I need to grab this spawn point right here. But if I play, as we can see, I have placed in like this painting, and if you scroll over, you'll see this little icon. You could do is drag it over, and you'll then see that there's like this little board right behind it with a bunch of stuff. Essentially, what's supposed to happen is there will be a puzzle that you have to help that player over there solve, and then they're going to give you basically help you with this code. It's going to be a back and forth kind of deal where both players are going to be helping each other. But we're going to give you something that's going to help you fix this code. Which, if I remember correctly, it's. I still have yet to mess around with this one too much, so I don't know the code by heart yet. But once they solve that, it's gonna open the chest, and it's gonna be more back and forth. But they're gonna help you determine what the cards that you need to place there. So there's going to be multiple cards. As you can see, there's already 4 in here, but there's going to be multiple spread out, and you have to determine which ones are going to be placed in there. So these main 4, it's going to be the Ace of Spades, the 8 of Spades, Ace of Clubs, and the 8 of Clubs. And for those of you who know a little bit of history or poker stuff, essentially what this is, it's the dead man's hand. And that's going to be a little bit of part of the story that I'm developing in here. But, so once they determine what the dead man hand is, there's also going to be a little piece of paper that tells them, gives them a hint on what hand it's going to be up here, and there's also going to be another one that basically tell them what the dead man's hand is. But anyways, the board ends up giving the pen, and you place the pen in here. And the paper clip is something that you're going to find. Ideally, you're going to find it in here. However, it's probably going to be something that you find like on the table or so. Because it might be just too hard trying to get it in that little box. But we'll see how that goes. So you do that. I do need to develop another puzzle over here to where it opens the drawer and you find the key that's going to be right in here. So you do a puzzle, gets the key, and you're then able to open this, which allows for this whole sequence. I also had to do a couple bug testing with that, but doing the same thing. Which gains access to that, this whole room. Though essentially I did start setting up another puzzle right here. As you can see, there's like these little button bricks that are spread about. I still need to set it up more and actually have it more of like a functioning puzzle instead of it just being buttons on the wall. But essentially, it gives this key. And what you do is you drag out this box, opens, and it then allows you to have the flux capacitor, which for those of you who know, it's a Back to the Future reference. But anyways, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to replace the broken one with the new one. It opens this, and you're able to teleport to the next room. However, I don't have that set up yet. I still have some more stuff to do in terms of like setting up the puzzles. This one, I tried to set it up to where it creates a barrier against the door so that you're not able to immediately open the door. But once you essentially get this lock open, it then triggers this animation to where it'll slide down. And you're able to access the door. Essentially, that's what happens. Like, as we can see right now, I can't really access it, but if I use the key against this lock, it works. The thing that's really weird right here is I had to do like a little makeshift lock because another weird thing that this level editor doesn't provide is actual lock keypads or padlocks that you're supposed to have with the keys in it. It's typically just let me see, stuff that you need a code for. There's not really any of that with the key, so I essentially had to make my own with this one. I've also was experimenting with this little puzzle right here, which it works. However, it's very buggy, and I will probably create either a different iteration or just scrap it all together. But I do want to like keep it off to the side for now. I mean, I'll give a little demonstration, but it's as of right now, it's not really a part of the level. Essentially, what you're able to do is you're able to just stack this stuff, and it's supposed to be like a little puzzle box kind of thing going on, and there's little buttons around it. However, it's very buggy, and like let's say, like as we can see, I can interact with this stuff. Though I did set it up to where once you press this, it triggers these. The same thing that we saw over here, this little barrier. It triggers these barriers to go up on the other ones so that you can't really press them, since there's not really a disable feature that's spread across the buttons. So I basically had to get creative with it. But what happens is once you press one, it activates these other empty actors so that they will just move over and cover the button completely. So, but what you have to do, and essentially this is like a 5-key puzzle. As we can see right here, there is 5 individual numbers, and each one is connected to like the different portions of this. So the key factors on this is having each one stacked upon each other. And as we can see, I even labeled them with 1, 2, and that one I just drew all over since I didn't really need a 3 since I already have the 1 and 2. But what you have to do is you have to stack them in the correct order. And I'll demonstrate that right here. So we have this one, 2 goes on top. And this one, it doesn't snap immediately, but when I place it down, it does, which is weird. And this is also where the bugginess of it all comes into play, as we can see right here. And it gets weird. So that's why I'm trying to come up with new ways of doing this puzzle, or just scrapping it all together. But right now it's just still in the works. That also happens when like you throw it, so it just completely bugs out, which is kind of funny to watch, but not very funny when you're actually trying to make like a puzzle game. So that's what's going on with it. Essentially, how to solve it is you have to. I'm just gonna let that go. You have to stack them in the right order, and then press the correct buttons. So this one, the correct button's on the back. For this one, this correct button will be on this side. This final one, or basically number 2, is on the left side. So we then have to stack them all together. There's also that little bug in the bottom left, but that's more of just a visual bug. It doesn't actually mess with any of the game's features, so that's pretty good. But anyways, put that on top. And then that initially solves the puzzle, is having all the buttons pressed down as well as it being stacked in the correct order. However, as we saw, there's also another thing. That happens. So, yeah, this is why I'm still like putting it off to the side for right now and not too worried about it. I initially wanted it to be one of the puzzles that gets that key right there. Like that's how you get the where'd it go? There it is. That's how you get this key, is through this. However, I do have to come up with another way, which is why I have this little brick system in place as like a little backup. But I do still need to play around with that more and actually get a dispense feature to where getting something that actually dispenses the key out to the player. But other than that, I'm still going through it. I need to go through and actually create the papers and all of that, trying to get the story. I do want to go back here and create a paper that basically is left on the time machine and explains why the players are there, as well as give a key detail to where the players need to put the honey on the toast, because there's really nothing that indicates that. The only thing that really indicates that the honey is supposed to go on there is the fact that the toast is there. Otherwise, like, why would the toast not be there? Oh, I do need to fix something real quick, and that is to actually make it a key in the item importance feature, so players know what it is. But that is what I have going for right now, and that's all my intentions with this level. For the most part, I will be trying to like fix everything up and add in more to make it more of a functional level within this next week. So until then, thank you for watching.